Hi, so for my unit plan, I'm doing the topic of math and I'm representing and interpreting data. So the standard that my students have to achieve is to draw a scaled picture and a bar graph and also solve 1 to 2 step word problems, incorporating how many more and how many fewer word problems in using information from the graph to solve the word problems. So my 3 digital tools, I'm going to use Kahoot, Google Slides, and Flipgrid. So first I would use Kahoot. So in the Kahoot, I would make up 3 different polls for my students. And these polls consist of what is your favorite subject in school? And they would just vote on which one is their favorite subject. And this data I would use for them to make their own picture and bar graphs. Then we have what's your favorite sport to do or watch, and what is your favorite sea animal. So all of these 3 different polls, all this data would be projected on my board, and then this leads us to our second technological tool, which is Google Slides. So this is our second one. This is Google Slides, and as you can see, we have a tally graph, a picture graph, and a bar graph with the same categories as the Kahoot. So this is just an example of what it would look like. So here's the tally chart. So my students would just click and drag the tally marks to make the tally chart. And then the picture graph, so 1 beach ball represents 2 votes, and the half of beach ball represents 1. And here's the bar graph where they would just click and drag up to represent the data. And here's the third one. They would take the data from the Kahoot and make their 3 bar graphs to represent the data. My third and last technological tool is Flipgrid. So Flipgrid, this is where the word problem explanations come in. So my students are actually going to film themselves answering the word problem that is given to them and explain how they solve the problem, because my belief, my teaching belief is that if you are able to explain and teach others how to solve the problem, you really understand the content. So this is like the teacher part of Kahoot, of Flipgrid. So you put the title and then the directions. So sit on a whiteboard, solve the problem, record a video explaining how to solve the word problem and why you solved it that way. So how many more, so this is from the standard, how many more votes did whales and dolphins get than jellyfish? What steps did you take to solve your answer? And then I put a 2-minute limit, and then I only had they can write text comments to each other. I don't really want them to use video comments. So once I create this topic, it's going to look like this, and all the students have to do is click record a response. So here are the directions for them, and then click a response. And then they can just, well, since my video is in use now, they would just record their response and submit it, and then we can see all the responses here, so they could actually see their classmates' videos as well. I would also use Flipgrid for them to write and ask their own word problems, and then maybe they can, choose one of their classmates' videos and try and solve it. But these are my 3 technological tools that I would use in my math unit to represent and interpret data.